Hey, hello, how do you do? Shady Doorags here, and welcome back to another episode of Episode Rundown, where I, Shady Doorags, run down the episodes of Miraculous, Tales of Ladybug and Cat Noir. And today we're looking at Season 2, Episode 15, Zombizou. And I know last time I was like, hey, I'm going to do more Miraculous rundowns, they're not that hard to make and whatnot, but man, I failed at that miserably. There's some stuff going on right now that's, it's keeping my schedule busy, and the Miraculous videos, they're not that hard to make, but even still, I'm finding it hard for me to make more than one video a week, even if they're the Miraculous videos. And I know everybody's like halfway done with Season 3 by now, and I'm still on Season 2, but it is what it is. I'm just going to try to get these videos out to you guys when I can. But anyway, this episode, Zombizou, this is a Chloe-focused episode, and it not only focuses Chloe, but it focuses her around Marinette's relationship with Chloe, kind of, sorta. So the episode starts with the kids all coming into school, and they all got gifts. And they're all talking about how great their teacher, Miss Bustier, is. And this felt really inorganic. Like, this really felt like telling, not showing. Like, they'll say, hey, you remember that time Miss Bustier did this? And then they'll flash back to a scene we've never seen before. And we've never seen these stuff before. It's like, oh yeah, she makes us say nice things before the class starts. Oh yeah, she helps teach us yoga. And it's like, I've had moments like that with my teacher when I was in school. Like, they would go out of their way to make sure the kids were comfortable in the school and they were learning more than just what the school required. They were learning good life lessons. But this wasn't shown earlier. Like, I never even got from the students that Miss Bustier was a teacher they all really, really liked. She's always been a nice person, but this just comes out of nowhere. And I'm thinking in my head, like, why did they want to make this come out of nowhere? And then Chloe walks in and the focus is on Chloe. I'm like, oh, let me guess. Because they want to make Chloe seem unlikable in this moment. And that is where it goes. Marinette runs in late as usual, and she's got a gift that she doesn't think is that good, but everybody's like, Marinette makes the best gifts. This is within the continuity, everybody loves Marinette, and Marinette's a good arts craftsman person, so I'm not going to pretend like that's not part of the thing. It just, I always say that because it does sound like there's so much praise, and in my head I'm thinking, it feels like it leans towards Mary Sue, but it really doesn't. Mary Sue is more so when the plot bends to Marinette, which sometimes does happen to Marinette. But when all the characters really like what she does, that's been well established within the show. So Marinette shows it off her gift, and everybody's like, that's a wonderful gift. And then Adrian, oh my goodness, I wanted to smack this boy upside the head. Adrian just comes out as like, what did you get, the teacher, Chloe? And I'm like, Adrian, why would you ask Chloe that? Like, everyone knows Chloe is not the nicest of people. Why on earth would she get anyone a gift? I tried to calm myself down because in the first episode, Chloe did get Adrian a gift. And she probably always gets Adrian a gift on his birthday. It's their teacher's birthday, by the way. That's why they're all getting their gifts. So that's probably why he thought she might get other people gifts. It really seems so strange to me, though, because Adrian is well aware that Chloe is not the nicest person at this point in time. He's well aware of that. So to think that she would go out of her way to get somebody a gift, Adrian is really thick-headed when it comes to Chloe. He is really thick-headed when it comes to Chloe. So Chloe is embarrassed, and it's really awkward, and Marinette just goes, ha! Nothing, like usual. And honestly, Marinette felt like the bully in that instance because she was not, well, I shouldn't say she felt like the bully, but she was instigating stuff. But you can hardly blame her with how unlikable Chloe is. And then Sabrina steps forward because, everybody's kind of and Chloe sucks at giving people gifts. Sabrina steps forward and says it's not her fault she has a hard time remembering birthdays. I liked that because it was a small nod, I tried to say nod and callback. It was a small callback to the first episode where she completely forgot Adrian's birthday. And they say she always forgets birthdays, which I find hard to believe in this age of technology where your phone can remind you of anything, that you always forget birthdays. Those happen every year. You can put it in your phone. The first time you forget, you can put it in your phone, and then it'll remind you whenever you set the reminder. But After that, out of nowhere, Sabrina's just like her mom. And I'm like, oh, I see where we're going with this. Freaking, oh man, that felt so inorganic. Like, I don't have problems with bullies. Well, first of all, I love the bully archetype. And that stems back from Rugrats, really, which is funny because Saber Spark just did a video about this, and it's somewhat focused on Angelica. Angelica was a really good bully. She was probably like one of the best examples of a bully because the babies were always scared of her in Rugrats, but they showed her motivations, and no matter what she did, she was still a Rugrat. Angelica was still a Rugrat, and so with Chloe, they're showing all these things about her, and what I want them to do is say she's still one of them. She's still one of these students, and so they're trying to go that route, but they're doing the typical "it's the parents' fault." And that's not bad, but after My Little Pony, it left a bad taste in my mouth. Because I said Angelica's one of the best. I think this one is the best. Pacifica Northwest is probably the best bully I've ever seen. And what they did with her was they slowly built up over the first 2 seasons. They built up her mean personality. Then they displayed that this was coming from her parents as a source. And then she gradually grew. Diamond Tiara annoyed me because way into season 5, it just comes out of nowhere that this personality is not her own. She really wants to be someone else. So with Chloe, it's only season 2, but still that felt really out of nowhere. It didn't feel organic for Sabrina to just come out and say, well, she's just like her mom. She forgets birthdays. And Chloe's clearly sensitive about it. She's like, oh yeah, just tell my life story. So feeling really sensitive, she decides to go and sabotage Marinette's gift. Who, by the way, Marinette closes her locker. It doesn't close. She clearly could see it didn't close, but just left it anyway. Chloe goes to sabotage the gift. So the class starts, and they all leave gifts at the front. And the first gift that's open is Marinette's. The teacher opens it. I forget what it was, but it had a mean message on it. And Marinette's like, Chloe! And everybody's like, oh, this is clearly Chloe. Yeah, everybody's getting angry at Chloe. And and they actually acknowledge this. I couldn't believe. Okay, anybody who's seen my review on season 1, I said one of the big issues with Chloe is that she is the main problem. She's one of the main problems of season 1. Half of the Akumas in season 1 exist because of Chloe. They actually say that. What's her name? I can't remember her real name, but Timebreaker. She actually just shouts out half of the city's been akumatized because of Chloe. Okay, thanks for acknowledging that problem. You gonna do something about it? Which, they clearly are. They're clearly setting Chloe up. But yeah, Chloe just doesn't care. Marinette is getting stupidly angry. And the teacher says she wants to talk to Marinette specifically, and it looks like Marinette is getting in trouble. I know this feel. Oh, I know this feel. When somebody else does something wrong, you react to it, and your reaction gets more attention than what they did wrong. I know that feel. This anger is so great that it triggers Hawkmoth. And this reminds me, this happened in another episode where I thought Marinette was going to get akumatized and it was somebody else. But whenever, Marinette is the target of an Akuma, I get so interested because I'm like, how can they possibly beat Marinette? Because Ladybug's not going to show up, and without Ladybug, they can't capture the Akuma. So Hawkmoth targets Marinette because of her intense anger, which kind of speaks against the continuity because Marinette has gotten angry at Chloe before. But the teacher talks to Marinette and says, we need to be a better example. We need to show people. I didn't like how she worded this. She said Chloe doesn't understand love or something like that. Whatever she said, I didn't like how she worded it. But I did like her message, is that when people react out in hate, that doesn't give you the right to react back in hate. You need to set a good example. Because if you just do what they do, you're just as bad as they are. There are exceptions to that rule, but I've seen a lot of that in today's society where people think this person is a bad person, so I'm allowed to be bad to them. No. And some people even think I'm allowed to be worse to them. No, that doesn't give you the right to be bad to somebody. You need to still stick within what is considered more moral to you. And you can't just say, I'm allowed to do it because they're a bad person. That's a really bad mentality to have. So the teacher tells Marinette this. Marinette calms down, the negative feelings go away. So the Akuma can't target her. And I'm just like, shucks, that would have been a good episode. Just seeing Cat Noir having to deal with this and having to fight Marinette, that would have been a really good episode. I don't think Adrian's ever going to get akumatized. People who have seen future episodes can now laugh at me. I don't think that's ever going to happen because, Hawkmoth is his dad and he's shown that he cares about Adrian. But he was willing to akumatize himself. Anyway, the teacher sees the Akuma and gets scared. And apparently fear is an emotion Hawkmoth can trigger because she's worried about Marinette's safety. So that's an emotion he's allowed to get, and he targets the teacher. She tries to fight it off. Like, they're really trying to make this teacher look really, really pure for some reason. She does a better job than other people, but eventually she does give in, which I'm glad they let her give in, because otherwise I would have claimed Mary Sue. There's no reason anybody should be able to fight off Hawkmoth's control unless they have a magical reason. Like, say, for example, it didn't work on Marinette because she has a Miraculous on. That would make sense. Anyway, she becomes Zombizou, and she applies this lipstick, and when she blows a kiss at somebody, they become the only thing they want to do is share love. So they want to hug, they want to kiss, blah blah blah, and it's contagious. If they kiss you, you also do the same thing. That's why it's called. Well, I don't know where the zoo comes from. I'm guessing there's either a French or a Japanese joke pun there that I'm not getting. But yeah, that's why they're zombies. And the first person she gets, I believe, is Sabrina. I think it was the first person, which is a tactical storytelling thing to do because this episode is about Chloe's behavior. And so they got to take Sabrina out of the picture because it'll be further explained as it goes along. So they get Sabrina and the thing starts spreading, but Zombizou specifically wants Chloe. So Ladybug and Cat Noir show up. Adrian does a clever thing to hide himself. And Ladybug and Cat Noir show up, and Ladybug explains to the other students want to sacrifice Chloe because they're getting a mob mentality. And Ladybug says, hey, she doesn't deserve to be turned into a zombie any more than any of you. That's a real heroic thing to say, Ladybug. Good on you. And she says, besides, we also need her as bait for Zombizou. And so she's established why they can't sacrifice Chloe. It's not only it's immoral, but there is a logical reason to keep Chloe alive. Now, this is a good thing because it's, again, I keep saying this, it sets up the episode. And so the students, Ladybug and Cat Noir, are trying to get to a safe place. And they figure the Eiffel Tower is probably the easiest place, but it's also the place where they'll be the most vulnerable. So they try to get to the Eiffel Tower, and along the way, Chloe keeps getting into trouble, and her friends keep sacrificing themselves to help save her. And I saw what they were doing, but I feel like they didn't do it quite right. They were saying, like the teacher said, you gotta lead by example. The only problem I have with this is that, before we get to that, Chloe, Ladybug, and Cat Noir make it to the Eiffel Tower. Alia and Nino actually have a sweet moment. I don't think it's earned, but it's still a sweet moment. Alia gets infected, and the Ladybug, Cat Noir, and Chloe run into the elevator, and Nino doesn't go in. He just says bye. Like, that was a really sweet moment. Again, I don't feel it's earned. These two have not been together they have not been shown together for that long. Like, we know they're together because the episode told us. Again, telling, not showing. But this was actually showing. And yeah, I like that moment. So they get to the top of the Eiffel Tower. Cat Noir has to sacrifice himself so Ladybug and Chloe get inside and figure out a plan. Finally, it's down to the wire, and Chloe sacrifices herself. And this is why I think it kind of sort of doesn't work, because Chloe does sacrifice herself, but it's not really because other people did it for her. At least it's not really shown that. The words that come out of her mouth and the actions that are done, it just shows that she thinks there's no other way because she thinks Ladybug has to save her. And she doesn't do it. This moment would have been so much stronger if if either Sabrina or Marinette was still in the picture. Marinette's not there because she's Ladybug and Sabrina got taken out first. This would have been a really strong moment for Chloe, but she's doing it for Ladybug, who's somebody she already worships as a hero. So it's not really a change in character so much as what would it be? I'm not sure what it would be, but I don't feel like it's that much growth because she already respects Ladybug. She's already tried to save her before. Excuse my ridiculously squeaky chair. I tried to do this video standing up, but the camera wouldn't let me. She's already helped out Ladybug before in other situations and put herself in danger doing so. So I don't really see this as big as character growth as it could have been. Again, if she had did this for Marinette, like that would have been an intense moment. And Sabrina, while not as intense as Marinette, would have still made it better if she had sacrificed herself for Sabrina, because Sabrina sacrifices herself for Chloe all the time. Anyway, Ladybug figures out, she does a Lucky Charm. Again, I'm on the edge of my seat, and then she does the Lucky Charm. I'm like, oh, I forgot she had that power. Okay, well, she's gonna win now. And she defeats Zombizou. And I forget what she says, but Chloe comes out and she apologizes for the stuff she did. And the episode ends with Chloe giving a gift and other people starting to see that there is good in Chloe, or some good in Chloe, because a lot of people catch her giving the gift. And so I'll say this, like, I love what the episode is trying to do, because I have complained so much about Chloe not getting proper development, Chloe just being seen as a hindrance. I know they're setting her up for a redemption arc, so they really need to give her some positive qualities. They don't have to be positive towards Marinette. They just need to be positive qualities that she can introduce to the world. Most bullies are self-confident and strong in some area, and they apply that area so intensely that other people who try to take that away from them, they don't back down. They instead try to take that person out. That's why the stereotype of a male bully is that he's big and strong, so he can beat down wimpy people. And the stereotype of a female bully is that she is socially superior. And so she tries to take down people socially. Chloe needs those positive strengths. So I do appreciate what they were trying to do, but I would say the execution was a little off. There's a lot of clunky exposition thrown in there just for the sake of today's story. There's a lot of moments that could have been better. They were just utilized better if they utilized the right characters. And they got me super excited to see Marinette Akumatized, and then it didn't happen. So that's that. But I would say overall, positive reaction from me from this episode. And I'm glad that Chloe is getting spotlight. I don't know if that really makes up for her lack of spotlight throughout the past season. Like I felt the lack of Chloe. We've had 2 Chloe-centered episodes, but the other ones just have a lack of Chloe. So I don't know if that's what you want to do when you're trying to set up for your character's growth or your character's turnaround point. Anyway, that's that episode, Zombizou. I liked it. Positive reaction. And I will see you guys next time for episode... I constantly forget what episode I'm on. It doesn't help that the freaking thing says Season 2, Part 2, so it starts over on the episode. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next episode. This has been Shady Doorags. So long. Farewell. Auf Wiedersehen. Goodbye.